Deep in the Annual Agility dungeon lives a Chaos Druid, but unlike many others, this one is special, boasting a combat level of 70 and released all the way back in 2002, Salarin the Twisted stands as one of the first Runescape special monsters. In a way, this is Runescape's first superior monster. But what's so special about him? Besides the elevated combat level, Salarin is not affected by damage boosting equipment and can only be hurt by the use of strike spells. Yes, the ones you unlock at the beginning of the game, requiring a magic level between 1 and 12. Or at least that's what the wiki told me. I didn't actually test it, so if I'm wrong, don't blame me for not doing my research, blame them. Given his location and the fact that you can only hurt him with strike spells, it's a monster that doesn't seem a lot of activity, but today we're going back into the dungeon for the third time. You see, while Salarin is just a Chaos Druid, he does have a drop no other Chaos Druid has. The Sinister Key. The same key I used in the Sinister Chest money making video, since this is one of two possible ways of obtaining them in the game. So I donned my best gear, a Mystic Dust staff, which would give me free Earth runes and Air runes, because it was actually the cheapest combination staff in the market, grabbed myself some Mind runes for the strike spells, and lastly picked up my Herb Sack. He might be a special Chaos Druid, but he's still a Chaos Druid, so there will be some herbs for us to collect. I made my way to the Annual Agility dungeon, went to the furthest point and started my grinds, only to realize that I wasn't recording, so the footage starts 5 minutes in. Look, you're gonna have to trust me that I actually did this for a whole hour instead of just 55 minutes. But for that hour, that's exactly what I did. And while I am killing Salarin, I have plenty of time to ask you to please subscribe. Unlike my grinding endeavors, clicking that button does not take 1 hour. The way I approached this was fairly simple. I would kill Salarin and then op worlds. Opping worlds even after combat only takes around 10 seconds, whereas Salarin has a respawn time of 30 seconds. At worst, opping worlds will take up to 20 seconds between kills, meaning it is much faster and you do save a lot of time, resulting in more kills per hour. Since this is a pretty obscure boss, I did not actually think I would see anyone here, so just imagine my shock when halfway through I actually see this person opping to my world. This was actually the only person I saw, not just recording this video, but also getting extra footage for it. The only one. I was also getting quite unlucky with the drops until the very end, where I actually started getting a lot more keys. Which, needless to say, but that's where the bulk of the profit is. Which, speaking of, if we're talking about profit, well, I think it's time to answer the question, how much money did we actually make? Well, in 1 hour I was able to kill 108 Salarins. I got myself 8 Sinister Keys, which alongside the defense spots and herbs actually price check at a total of 270,851 GP, which is quite a lot. Obviously, we do need to count for the GA tax as well as the mind runes that I used. After taking all of that into consideration, we were actually left with a profit of 261,775 GP, which is honestly a lot more than I thought. But wait, because we also have the XP. In total, we got 21,500 magic XP as well as 10,100 hit points XP. We also got 96 agility XP, if you wanna count that from going through the obstacles. Unfortunately, I didn't have a bone crusher with me this time, so no extra prior XP. And there we have it, the keys made up 200,000 out of those 260,000, and the rest were made up by herbs, which is honestly expected. The keys are the reason why I wanted to do this mini boss to begin with, since it's the only good thing that is going for it. Even in terms of herbs, it drops way less herbs than normal Chaos Druids. So yeah, in fact, honestly, if Salarin didn't have the keys, Chaos Druids are just far better for the herbs as a whole, even with the amount of kills you can do per hour. Interestingly, this is actually one of the better moneymakers I ended up doing. Despite its age, it's pretty accessible. Would I recommend it? It really depends if you like world hopping a bit and if you need that early magic XP as well as some high level herbs very early on in your account. Ultimately, Chaos Druids are a very good source of herbs, but the Sinister Chest is the only one that actually gives you a Torstol. So Again, if you are playing that early game and for some reason you need it, yeah, I would recommend it. Otherwise, I think Chaos Druids are just better since they are way easier to kill and way less of a hassle. But if you do have a many maker you used to do way back in the day that you think would top any of these, well, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. Don't forget to check out my other many makers that I've already tried in this series, like for example the Chaos Druids or the Sinister Chests, and I'll see you in my next video.